Hi everybody, I'm Nicole Hamilton and I'm the Jamberry independent consultant that has been blowing up your news feed over the last few days with all the information that Jamberry has to offer. I just wanted to make this video to give you a little bit of information about Jamberry the company, to let you know why I am an independent consultant with them. And then also I'm going to apply a nail wrap so that you can see how application is done to make sure that you're doing it right at home, and because everyone who applies them does it a little bit differently, and so I'll show you my way. Jamberry is a pretty new company. It actually started just about 3.5 years ago, and it was started by 3 sisters. And the sisters love to get together and have a day at the nail salon. And one day, whenever they were out on their sister outing, they just started talking about how difficult it was for them because, first of all, it was very expensive, and second of all, they had to find a babysitter so that they could go to the nail salon to get their fingers and toes done. So they went home and brainstormed, and that is how Jamberry was born. I actually became a consultant not that long ago, and it took me a little while to decide that I wanted to do it. I got invited to a Jamberry party on Facebook through a cousin, and just kind of started looking at the wraps, and they looked really neat, but you know, sometimes things aren't as good as they look. And so I just kind of started doing a little bit of research, and I started looking all over the internet at blogs, and I saw that there were like a lot of magazines that had featured Jamberry, and everyone just couldn't say enough good stuff about Jamberry. And I thought, you know, that would be a lot of fun to be a part of, and hopefully be able to help my family with income. And so far, Jamberry has been more than I ever could have imagined. I'm going to go ahead and apply a nail wrap. I'm going to start by telling you just everything you kind of need for an application, or everything that I use anyway. A file, and sometimes some clippers just to shape your nail. I use this little gadget here. It's called a spoon pusher. I have a lot of trouble with my cuticles growing up my finger, or up my nail, and so I really like to use this. It's like $5 at Walmart, just to push my cuticles back really good, because if the wraps touch skin at all, then the adhesive kind of loses some of its sticky and your wraps won't stay on like they should. I also use just a little buffer, not one that's too rough. We don't want to take the layers of our nails off, just kind of rough it up a little bit to help that stick. This is an orange stick. I think it's pretty handy. If you don't have something like this, you can just use some tweezers or anything that you have at home, but it just kind of helps you to not actually touch the back of the wrap whenever you're moving it and applying it. I also like one of these. This is a rubber cuticle pusher. If you don't have something like this, you can use a pencil eraser, which I think is super handy. I use what they call the baggie method. So here's my little sandwich bag. This is like dollar store brand, nothing fancy. Fingernail polish remover, whatever kind it is that you have at home. I use acetone. I have very oily nails, and this helps to dry my nail out just a little bit more so that I get a better stick. I also use scissors, which you will need scissors of some kind. It doesn't matter what kind you use. These are just like office scissors. You can use cuticle scissors, whatever you like there. And then I also have my Jamberry heater here. If you fall in love with Jamberry like I did, I would totally recommend getting this. It is worth the $19. If you do not have one of these, use your blow dryer. It's a great option. Makes it easy to apply at home. Okay, so the first thing that you do is you're going to prep your nail. With Jamberry, prepping your nail is one of the most important things that you can do. You want to push back all of your cuticles so that they're not in the way, because if that skin touches the adhesive on the back, it gets oil on there and you won't get that lasting manicure or pedicure that you're going for. So push them all back really good, and then we add a little buff. A little buff, just a little tiny bit. Don't do it like they do at the nail salon. If you've ever been where they like buff half of the layers of your nail off, that's bad. Don't do that. Nice and easy, just rough it up a little bit, and then you want to wash your hands really good. I have oily nails like I mentioned before, so I actually use Dawn dish soap because it helps to absorb the moisture out of my fingers and out of my nails, which helps my nail wraps to adhere to my nails better. So after you do all that, You get your fingernail polish remover. You can put a little bit of it on a paper towel or a cotton swab, and you just want to use that to clean the last of anything that's left on your nail. That way we start with super duper clean nails so that we get the best application possible. Then you grab your nail wrap. Whenever you order your wraps, this is actually how they come. I just kind of want to show you so that whenever you get yours, you're not overwhelmed because they don't come like this. So they come like this. Let's see if I can pull it out of here. Like this. These are the adult wraps here, so the Jamberry Juniors look a little bit different. And then they're on a clear backing so that you can take that and you can see which wrap is going to fit you the best. So I'm going to set that over to the side because that's not actually the one I'm going to use today. I'm going to use this super cute little black and white chevron print. And I'm going to start by taking my scissors and cutting it in half. Usually whenever I pull this off of a sheet like this, I do the exact same thing. I kind of measure my nail and see how much I need, and then I cut just a little bit extra because you want some that will hang over the top. So I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to go ahead and turn my heater on to get it heating up just a little bit. And then I'm going to take my orange stick. You can use your tweezers, you can use your rubber cuticle pusher, whatever you have. You just want to make sure that you don't touch the back of the wrap. And I'm actually going to apply this to my right hand. I'm right-handed, going to apply it to my right hand just so that you can see that it is actually possible to do. So typically getting this off of the plastic backing is the most difficult part for me. It's what takes me the longest. So I just pull it off of there and I'm going to hold it, make sure it's stuck on there, and then I'll hold it in front of my heater. Whenever it starts, it's a little bit rigid, and so you just want to heat it until it starts to get soft, and you'll see it get real soft, and then you stick it on. So I'm going to stick it right up against my cuticle, but I'm not actually going to touch my cuticle. And so there we go, the very beginnings. So from here, I also have very curved nails, which makes application for me a little bit more difficult. So I'm going to go through that process so that if you have curved nails, you can do it too. If you don't have curved nails, for most people, the traditional application method, it's available online, it's available on the back of your Jamberry order, works fine for most people. So I start here. I'm actually going to heat up a little again. I talk too much and I'll let it cool off. And then I'm going to push all the way against the bottom. That is where you want to make sure that you get a really good seal. If you don't, what will happen is you'll be washing your hair and get it stuck in there and ugh, no fun at all. So push it around the bottom, and then what I do is I actually go straight up the top because I want to make sure that I don't get any bubbles across the tip of my nail. Now you can see I have these bubbles kind of on the side. So I don't want it to stay like that. So I just heat it again. I heat the side, move this out of the way so that you can see. I heat the side of the wrap until it gets soft again. That's the great thing about Jamberry nails. They are very durable. So then I pull and I stretch and pull down over the tip of my nail, and it's kind of like shrink wrap on your nail. And then I just push it down really good against that edge. And then I do the same thing to the other side. So heat that side up. Let it get soft, and then the same thing. I grab the corner, I pull and stretch, and then I rub it all the way on this side. So then you just kind of take a look and you see, did you mess anything up? Is there a bubble? If there is, heat it, do the same thing. Pull and stretch until that bubble goes away. So make sure I've got it smooth on the tip there. And then you're just going to cut the excess off. So I grab my scissors, I cut the extra off, not to the tip of your nail, but just some of the extra. So you can see there, I still have a little bit extra sticking over my nail. So now, I actually love this trick. It works amazing for me. It may not be for you. It's not for everybody. But I use this baggie. So I put my finger inside, and I push my finger up against the plastic, and then I twist it. Part of what makes Jamberry different is that they are made of vinyl. So they are super durable. That's how they last so long, but it takes heat and pressure to have a successful application. So this little baggie puts tons of pressure on my nail, and then I heat it here. And when you heat it the second time, you want to make sure that you heat it just about as much heat as you can take, because the more heat, the better it's going to be. So I got it there. Now I'm going to take my rubber cuticle pusher. I start at the bottom. I push all the way down against the cuticle at the base of my nail. That way I get a good stick all the way up the sides of my nail to the top. and then I make sure that I don't have any bubbles. And if you do, check it while it's still in there. If there's anything that you feel like you need to correct, now's the time to do it. Reheat it, press it out. So then take this little baggie off, and you want to let it cool. Typically, if I was doing like my whole hand, I would go ahead and move to the next nail, and I would let this one cool off a little bit, because what will happen if you file it too soon is the ends will fray, and that just kind of looks yucky. If that does happen to you, let me know. There's an uber easy fix that I will share with you. Okay, so that's probably for today anyway, long enough to let it cool off. So now I'm going to take my file. You want a file that is pretty grainy so that it cuts the wrap. And don't be afraid, apply some pressure. So I'm going to file straight down my nail here. So filing down all the way around the edge of that nail. And then you'll see it just kind of starts to tear like paper. And then, oh, it already fell off. So there's my little piece. There's my nail. I just want to give it a rub right here to make sure that my nail is nice and smooth and that it's not going to snag on anything. And there you go. There's my super cute little chevron nail to go with my brush stroke that was actually a Sisters exclusive in July. So be sure to check those out. They always have a fun Sister style exclusive each month. And if you have any questions or any concerns, you're having problems with your application, let me know. Please contact me. It's pretty easy to find my number, and I would love to help you or answer any questions that you have. All right, guys, y'all have a great day. Happy jamming. Bye-bye.